all the struggles you had growing up, you're going to be thankful for those because those are the things that are helping me keep pushing through this.
Welcome back to the Spero Means Hope Podcast, where we take storytelling to a whole new level by sharing amazing patient stories, interview experts in the community, and share resources for clinicians and students. So this morning we have with us Isaiah. Hi, Isaiah.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's
Nice.
nice Friday.
It is a nice, chill, rainy but chill Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Isaiah is one of our amazing patients at Spero. So do you want to get started by telling us a little bit about yourself? Where you're from? What do you do for fun? What do you do for a living?
Yeah. So as you know, well, my name is Isaiah Tucker. I'm I'm a spinal cord patient here. Uh, I've been coming here maybe like 3 months. I'd say no, maybe 2 months. 2 months, like say. Um, Before my accident, I was a traveling welder. So I just pretty much traveled all around wherever and just built whatever needed to be built. My last big job, I was working in Minnesota building case tractors, an agricultural company. Yeah, and then now I'm here. Now I'm here. Well, I'm originally from California, and I live in Houston, Texas now. I moved here like 10 years ago, so been here for a while.
Okay. What do you do for fun, Isaiah?
Uh, I just like to read books, hang out with my family, try to get out and have fun. I like sports a lot, so I try to play sports. I'm trying to get into wheelchair rugby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So can you tell us a little bit about your accident?
Oh yeah.
You're welcome to share what as little or as much as you want.
Okay. So my accident, I was working on a gate, like a community gate, big gate, and all I remember from that the accident was I was walking towards my work truck, and it was a big gate, like 13 feet tall, almost 2,000 pounds. I was walking towards my truck, and I just heard "Watch out!" And I wake up underneath my work truck, underneath my work truck, and I look down and I try to get up, and I couldn't move. Next thing you know, I'm screaming, I can't move my legs. I can't feel my body. What's going on? And I look down and I just see my body just kind of cave in. Um, so after that, I remember them pulling me from underneath the truck, and I'm looking at them. They're telling me, calm down. It's gonna be okay." A few minutes later, we're over there. We're talking with with 911. They tell me that they're on the way, and I'm laying on the ground looking at the sky, and everything just got really, really slow and quiet. And I felt really at peace, and I started feeling no pain. And then I blinked one time, and I ended up in like I'd call it space. It was like I was on a bridge to heaven or wherever, whatever you want to call it. It was just a big ball of light, and everywhere I looked, I saw just more and more light, like stars. And then I looked to my left, and I see myself laying on the ground, how I was. So I'm walking towards the light, and next thing you know, I hear my mom's voice on the phone, She's telling me, "Hey Isaiah, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. I'll meet you at the hospital." So I was maybe like 10 feet away from the from the light, and I turned back around and I woke up in my body, and it's like I just took a deep breath and I came back to my body and everything was at peace. I was just calm. And yeah, I died and I chose to come back. So I just know no matter what goes on in this world, I came back for a reason. So I'm here every day. I go come into therapy. I give it my all and try to have fun and live life to the fullest because your life can change in the blink of an eye. It literally happened to me in the blink of an eye. The gate fell on my neck and shattered my neck. Um, it luckily there was a truck that was parked next to me, and it stopped the gate from completely falling on me and killing me. So that's just thankful every day that I got a second chance because I could have I could have been dead,
Hmm.
but I chose to come back. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with my injury.
Wow. Isaiah, this story just gave me chills. I had heard the short version, but not that extended version.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a life is very life is very different now. Um, I take everything that I can. I try to tell people, hey, just take, just take every little thing you can, because you know, I miss the little things. Saying like, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair, but man, sometimes I get tired of sitting down. you know, Dang, let me just stand up for a second, because I know what you get to people when you're walking. Man, I'm tired of standing. Let me just take a seat. Nah, I don't want to take a seat no more. I just want to take a step, get up for a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, just be thankful, everyone out there, that you got movement of your legs. Because there's times at night I lay in my bed and I cry because I wish I could move my legs. Like when I first got out of my injury and I was in rehab, I sat outside in the garden, this little courtyard they had, and just watched all the doctors and nurses and people walking by, and I just cried because I was like, man, I looked down and was like, I wish I could walk like them. But hey, it's all good. I just float. I'm cruising and rolling through life.
How has your recovery been thus far? What are some of the biggest challenges you've been facing, and what are some of the biggest milestones you've accomplished?
Um, Probably the biggest things I've had to overcome was like just getting used to having to ask people for help, because I'm not a person to ask for help. I'm usually the person who is giving people help. So it was like not not like putting my pride to the side, but it was just like, man, this is new. This is how it is now. You got to ask for help, because I can't just get up and go can't just get up and go get some food out of the fridge. I got to ask for everything. Not everything, but ask for help to get certain things. And it was tough at first, but I think I've gotten used to it now. Well, I don't think I'll ever get used to it because it's a whole new life, no matter what. nothing will ever be the same. But, you can't sit and moan and groan about your situation the whole time because life still goes on. Like, I remember when I woke up from my injury and I was in rehab, I was worried about I got to pay my taxes, huh, I got to pay my car note, and stuff like that. And my mom's like, "What are you worried about that for? Worry about trying to trying to recover." But you know, that's just how life was, But it's all good though. You just take it one day at a time and be all right.
Yeah. What are some big milestones you've accomplished since you've been out of the hospital?
When I first got out of the hospital, when I was in the hospital, I wasn't able to move my hand, like no control over my hands. Now I can pick up cups, pick up my phone, drive my wheelchair around. Shoot, I damn near got my hand almost all the way back, and then on one hand, and I got pretty good control, decent control on the other hand. So those are some pretty things I think personally I'm happy about, and being able to sit up on my own, being able to put a shirt on by myself, just those little things that people who aren't in a wheelchair, don't even think about. Like I know I didn't think about, ooh, I put my shirt on by myself when I wasn't in a wheelchair. Now it's like, dang, I did that. That's me. I put my shirt on. I put my pants on. I'm still working on my socks though. That'll be a minute, but I'll get there eventually. Yeah, just some little things I'm doing good on. Take, I feel like I really take pride in doing because that makes me feel like I'm doing it independently. 'Cause that's my goal to be able to live on my own, be on my own. Yeah.
That's awesome. I like your mindset and how you mentioned, you can sit and mourn or you can try to look forward and take it one step at a time. What do you think helps you whenever it gets really hard to stay positive?
Um, shoot. It's tough. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's tough. I be crying. I be crying in days. Scream, holler, punch my bed. Ain't nothing, anything. But I try. My best thing to get out of that mindset is remember, hey, you woke up this morning. You have the opportunity, Isaiah. If you fail, that means you're trying. You can't fail if you don't try. The biggest people who've invented things have gone through so many challenges, failures. No, 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 no. But just that them giving it that one extra try. Like, hey, I know I messed up this time, but hey, if I can try one more time, I think I can do it. And guess what? Boom, we got the light bulb. Boom, we got electricity. Boom, we got cars. Just stay happy. It's tough, but you just gotta remember, hey, baby steps. Where were you yesterday? Hey, I'm better than I was yesterday. This is just how life goes. With every negative, there's a positive. With every positive, there's a negative. I try to stay as happy as possible by cracking jokes.
I like how you mentioned earlier trying to explore new hobbies. I remember we went to like wheelchair basketball. Well, we went to wheelchair
Rugby.
rugby, uh, and that was fun. Are there other things that you're looking forward to trying now, or any big goals that you have?
Yeah, I actually want to try to get on the rugby team because that would benefit me a lot. Getting out, making new friends. Every day I try to do something that is uncomfortable for me, like say hi to a stranger. You know, especially when I'm at therapy, I'll try to talk to people I see in here, make the therapist laugh. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're very funny. You're very funny, Isaiah.
That's my coping mechanism, and that's what keeps me going. Is when I see other people smile with my jokes and stuff. That's to answer your question. How do I keep it going? is by seeing the smile that I give on other people's faces. That's why I haven't given up.
How has it been adapting to the world? Like, do you think our world is very accessible, or have you found a lot of barriers to access? I know you recently traveled to California, so I don't know if you want to share about that experience with traveling
Oh
and going to Disney.
yeah, man, hold up,
I know it was very eventful.
man. For the people who don't know me, my life is very eventful. Marcy has only known me 2 months. 2 months, you guys, and she's known like crazy things have happened to me. Don't even make sense. I've
So many events.
fallen so many times. Like, yo, how does this even happen? I can't even explain to her how it happens, and we just sit there and laugh about it because what else is there to do? It don't make sense, so just laugh about it. But yeah, so I just recently traveled to California. Went to Disney. Disney's cool. They don't have as many accessible rides as they do in Florida's Disney. So if little heads up, if you're doing that, probably want to go to Florida for the accessible rides. But other than that, Disney's cool. California is very accessible, I'd say. A lot of the beaches have these little mats that you just roll your wheelchair out into the water. You could get your feet wet, stuff like that. But just be careful about flying, you guys, because these people out here, they do not care about your wheelchair equipment. And lost my arms and my side guard. So your boy had no arm, had one arm that didn't even work, and one side thing, one pant thing to stop my clothes from getting in my wheelchair. The biggest thing is just keep up with your wheelchair stuff. That's all I can say. I recommend you putting all your stuff you need for your manual wheelchair all in one suitcase. Like if you got a smart drive, put it in a suitcase. Everything you need, put it in a suitcase so you do not lose it. Other than that, don't be afraid to get out there and travel.
I saw recently that I think Delta is trying to roll a new model to where the wheelchair will be embedded in the seat to where you can actually like go in the plane in your own chair. I think it's both manual or power, and then just pull into the seat. I think that would be really awesome. So you don't have to travel with the fear that your wheelchair is going to get broken or lost because it's definitely happened to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, like when I went to Florida, Southwest left my power chair on the tarmac, just getting soaked in the rain. I just was watching it. I was like, dang, that's $70,000 just getting drenched, and it's not supposed to get wet. I know it sounds bad, but hey, don't be afraid to travel, you guys.
Talking about that, do you have any upcoming travels or where else would you like to go and visit?
Um, I plan on going back to California within a couple months, and then I think next year I'm gonna try to go to Europe. Yeah, because I heard over there it's pretty accessible.
Other than the physical rehab aspect, how has life been in terms of like social life, like friendships, family? Like, did the injury really affect those elements of your life, or do you feel like things are pretty much unchanged in that realm?
Um, yeah, life changed a little bit socially, but that's kind of more of like I guess you could say me because I see myself differently. I see myself as just someone in a wheelchair, but I'm not just someone in a wheelchair. We're not just someone in a wheelchair. So if you feel like that, hey, we're not. Don't let this wheelchair define who you are. You are yourself. This is just it's just our transportation. It's our little cars gets us from point A to point B. There's always things you can still do.
Do you have any upcoming plans in terms of career, like any professions you'd like to try or any big things you'd like to work on?
Yeah, so actually I'm in the process of making my own brand. Yeah, so like, and with that, that's how I will express and help people in wheelchairs. Like, that's my Instagram page. the Handicap Chronicles. It's all about spreading positivity and helping people out who are also in wheelchairs. And not even that, just, getting people a better understanding of like what a spinal cord injury is. Like, oh, you just see someone in a wheelchair and assume like, oh, they got something wrong with. No, it's not that. Some people have broken their backs and put them in wheelchairs. Some people like me have broken their necks or in wheelchairs. There's so many reasons why people could be in a wheelchair. I'm just here trying to help people more people understand what's going on so we can get help. There's not a lot of people who speak up for people in wheelchairs.
That's awesome, Isaiah. It's a great mission that you have. I also like the name, the Handicap Chronicles. So are you looking to like podcasts? I think you say merchandise too.
Yeah, merchandise,
Okay.
podcast, anything and everything. I'm really just trying to help everybody. I know a lot. I've met a lot of people in wheelchairs who don't have nobody to speak up for them. Because I'm not afraid to tell you about the good, the bad, and the uglies about being in a wheelchair. Some people only want to tell you about the La La Land and stuff. Hell no. Shoot, it's not all fairy tales and rainbows and unicorns. There are days that I hate being in a wheelchair and it is tough. And I'm not afraid to talk about those kind of situations. Some people don't want to hear that, but that's life. You can't make it through life with all good things. It's just not how it works.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. If you could go back and talk to your pre-injury self, what would you tell yourself?
Huh. I would tell myself all the struggles you had growing up, you're going to be thankful for those because those are the things that are helping me keep pushing through this because I struggled through school, I struggled with life, I struggled with a lot of things growing up. I wasn't the best at school. Shoot, I was like a CD student. I just did the bare minimum just to get by. It was not all. I hated sitting in the classroom. It was not for me. But I realized all them struggles I had, I didn't give up and I fought through them and they built me into the person I am now to be able to handle being in a wheelchair. So just like I would tell myself, hey, you're doing good, man. You're doing right. You ain't no quitter. That's what I would just tell myself. You got it. Only mistake I made that day was going to work. But I wouldn't even say it was a mistake. That job had to get done. It might not have happened that day. Maybe it would have happened a week later. But hey, everything happens for a reason, right? I'm just glad I'm here to make sure someone else doesn't give up. When I was in rehab in the hospital, everybody that was my roommate could walk. You know how awful that is? Every day you wake up and your roommate is complaining and complaining about how he this and that about walking, and I'm sitting here laying in the bed, can't even walk, can't even move my toes, can't all I can move is my arms, and my neighbor's complaining about why, about man my feet and this and that. Man, I wish I could have been in your situation to complain about my feet. So that right there gave me the mindset like, hey, every day it was a challenge because I had to hear someone complain about how they're able to walk. Oh, this is bad. This, and that. No, it's all good. I eventually was able to talk to every single one of my roommates and was able to tell them before they left, they were like, yo, man, you gave me the best information. Like, you kept me motivated. I don't know how you're not able to walk, but you're able to keep me motivated and keep me positive. I was like, yeah, man, it's because you can't just stay sitting down and moan and groan about your injury. Life is going to continue to go on. I know I've said it already, but it's going to keep on going on. You can't just stop.
If there was one thing you wish you could change about the healthcare system, what would it be?
So, for me personally, everything that I've asked for has been shot down because of they determine it's not medically needed for me. So, I would take out the people who determine what they think I need from my life. Everyone's situation is different. Just because Johnny didn't need an elevator in his house, maybe I need an elevator in my house because that would be beneficial for me. Maybe Johnny didn't need that because everything he had a one story. Just don't make sense. There's too many flaws in the system. That's the problem.
It's a lot of different like roadblocks or processes that maybe were set in place to like have some sort of regulation, but it ends up becoming a roadblock to someone that really needs equipment or really needs something.
Exactly. I've got no home modifications done to my house, and I've had my injury for a year, and all they've given is ramps to my house, and the ramps don't even work.
Yeah. And I think something also that I don't think you've mentioned yet is how your wheelchair dimensions is like larger than your doorways,
Yeah,
most of the doorways in your house.
pretty
So it
much
makes
the
it
same.
harder for you to access the rooms in your house, but yet there hasn't been any home modification.
Nope. I still live in my parents' living room. They told me workers' comp told me it would take $300,000 to turn our garage into a living space. 300 grand. My neighbor then turned his whole garage into a living space. And I know that man did not spend no $300,000. So, make it make sense,
Yeah.
you guys. Come on now.
And if that garage could become a living space, then it would give you more spaces to access. Because right now, the only space you can access in the house is the living room.
Yes, ma'am. I said, no, I just keep my head up and stay positive because something good's got to come out of it.
I like your positivity, but also I like how you also talk about the challenges that are very much real and a part of your life.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to hide it. Can't hide the bads.
Now, if you could go and reflect back on people in your life that you feel have been very instrumental in your recovery thus far, and if you had this big thank you list, who would you like to thank for or give a shout out to?
Man, my family foremost. God, because He gave me the opportunity to come back and be here. He gave me the choice. He given me an opportunity to come back to this world. So hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm here to do what's right. But I thank him. I thank my friends, my family, myself. I'm here. I stay positive and motivated every day. And I like to thank my therapist. I know I only see them 2 times a week, but hey, I know them 2 times a week is wonderful because shoot, every time I see them, they're always smiling. That's what I like to see. That puts a smile in my for me. It makes me happy on the inside.
Isaiah, is there anything I haven't asked you about that you wanted to mention, or any parting words that you have for anybody that's listening?
For whoever's listening to this, hey, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's express your emotions, cry, scream, shout, whatever, let it out, but don't don't get stuck there. Let it out and say, okay, now what's next? What can I do next? Just keep your head up, crack a joke, do whatever you gotta do. And if you need help, you can always find me on Instagram, the Handicap Chronicles. I mean, I'm just here to help. I know I know my situation could always be worse. Just remember that someone always has it worse than you. Yeah, I can't move my legs, but I bet you there's someone who can't move their arms and their legs. So I'm thankful I got the movement that I do have. Stay happy, stay positive. Yeah, yeah, there's gonna be bad days, but like I said before, with every negative there's a positive, and with every positive there's a negative. You can't do anything about it. It's just how Mother Nature is. It's just how the beast is.
Thanks, Isaiah. Thanks for taking the time to have this conversation with me and share all the wisdom, the good, the bad, and the laughing in between.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Anytime. Anytime.